Hello and thank you for watching this video. My name is Crystal. It's been about a year that I haven't made an appearance on YouTube. I felt inspired to start doing that now, so you'll probably be seeing many new videos popping up soon. Because I'm limited to approximately about 50 minutes, there'll probably be many. Before I begin, I want to confess that Kim Kardashian will not make an appearance on this video. I do want to apologize to the viewers and also to Kim for any false advertising. I guess you could say it was kind of like a test to see what would happen if I used her name. And I'll explain to you why I did this. This video will have different types of topics, and I'll start off by first going into Kim Kardashian and why it would be interesting for her to be reading out the news naked. So last week I watched for the first time a video by a former Canadian Defense Minister. His name is Paul, and it was about a disclosure on aliens, which was really intense, as well as many other topics like the cabal. For people that are informed, they'll understand that this is pretty big, because it's one thing for an average person to be discussing these topics among themselves and also even making lots of videos on YouTube about it, but to have someone that was and is part of the government talking about such topics is, I think, pretty amazing. And so I was really shocked, first of all, that I hadn't even heard about it. I was a little embarrassed because I try to be very informed. And then the fact that people are not really talking about it, which is, I don't know, I feel like this is something pretty cool, that the fact that it's starting to really, it's opening up a topic that the government has never wanted to really confess about, that there is such a thing as other beings from other planets here on Earth, right? So I posted this on YouTube exactly that way, saying I can't believe people are not talking about this. And then I had a friend reply saying, well, obviously the majority of people are not interested in this but know more about Kim Kardashian. So I went on and saying to him, well, maybe if Kim Kardashian was naked and talking about the news, more people will be interested and want to talk about these topics. And he thought it was a good idea. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to do this today. Another one is, about a month ago, I was on YouTube and I saw a video from that, it's a woman that did surgery to look like a Barbie, the real life Barbie. Her name's Valeria. She's from, I think, Ukraine. Anyways, so I was very interested in watching the video because I've only seen pictures of her and it looks really, I don't know, she looks like a Barbie in pictures. So I wanted to see if this was real or if it was photoshopped, and it's real. So I suggest you go and look into that. Not only because of the fact that she looks like a real life Barbie, but also because of the fact that her message, and what I mean by that is she ended up confessing that yes, for her, beauty is of great importance, but she also realizes that there's certain topics that she wants to discuss, and they're metaphysical, esoteric, spiritual topics, right? And she feels like the world is very materialistic and vain, and so her looking like this will draw more people in. And I guess I've heard about that before, but having someone say it out loud then, I don't know, in a way, it's sad to say, it kind of made sense, right? You would also see this, for example, and I think they're actually being very genuine about it, but celebrities, right? Certain celebrities who are very famous are, I guess, using their name to discuss very important topics around the world, whether it's about the environment, human rights. You look at Sean Penn, Angelina Jolie, right? And I think that's really awesome and great, right? They're not using it in vanity, but more of the fact that they understand that our world has such a great importance when it comes to celebrities that, in a way, it gets people to listen a little bit. And that might not even be their intention at all, right? I think that absolutely it starts off by them having this desire to want to help and assist the world, right? So anyways, I wanted to see if that theme or idea would work, would get more numbers from YouTube viewers because they saw this title. So saying that, to segue into almost the same topic but a little bit different, I was at a weekly group that I attend but also coordinate. And I guess you could call it a spiritual group because we talk about spiritual topics, but I don't really like, or I'm trying not to use that name too much anymore because I find that it doesn't really explain what we're doing. And I feel like people that are just waking up and looking at self-help, they might think that that's not for them because it says spiritual, right? To explain more what I mean is that what we discuss in these groups and much of the world is not really about being spiritual. It's actually about being human. And you'll see in the next few weeks I'll be posting videos called Humanity 101, where it's not really about a spiritual path in that sense only. It's about first really becoming human, or utilizing our full potential as a human being. So anyways, I was at this group and I overheard some individuals talking about the fact that there is a percentage of the world waking up, right? Looking into themselves, self-help books, meditation, walking the path of connecting really deeply to their hearts, right? So trying to bring balance into that, following their passions, their creativity. So there's a lot of that happening in the world. And he was explaining how, but there's still a huge majority of the population that isn't. And that these are the people that we need to try to reach. And very quickly, because if we look at the state of our world, it could be a little scary. Like our world is trembling, right? Our world is shaking. There's a lot happening. So it's time for more and more people to wake up. And he was discussing on how we're going to do that. Like, how are we going to be able to draw these people in? And that's when I made that joke about Kim Kardashian and that Barbie lookalike. It was funny, but I went into saying how another way of drawing these individuals in is using people. They don't necessarily have to be celebrities. They could be an everyday person, like right now, me on YouTube, right? That has been through such a great degree of darkness, of ego, of life, and have allowed themselves to wake up, to change, to walk the path of becoming a conscious human being. I'll use, for example, Russell Brand, who is a celebrity, right? He's a comedian slash actor slash now having his own show on YouTube discussing politics and spirituality. So this gentleman came from a place where he was an addict, right? For many, many years, addicted to different types of drugs. And recently has been making many videos and having a lot of interviews talking about how he healed himself, right? Like how he got out of that state using different tools. And one of them being yoga and meditation, for example, right? And now he has more and more people following him, listening to his message, and they wouldn't be necessarily like the people that are considered spiritual, right? The New Age movement. They're actually just people that are, you know, just now waking up, or just now curious, and also realizing that what they're doing is not really working, right? And the reason why I feel like people as Russell Brand can make such a difference and can assist the majority of the world to wake up is that he comes from that place of great deep depression and addiction. And I feel that majority of the world is addicted to something in some way, in some form, but he's been able to get himself out of that state and is being able to live a very authentic, a healthy, balanced life. And because of that, he's using his experience to also assist others who are addicts, but also the world in that way, to give that message that it's time to wake up. It's time to see the world as it is, and not to have those blinders, not to have that veil. We live in a world of information, and he's really providing that for people. And I think the reason why we're so drawn to him is because of the fact that he's come from that place, and so you can relate to him. So you have the teachers for thousands of years, until even to this day, that, you know, are, for example, in the monastery, right? They live there, meditating and praying all day, all night, and in that space, they've been able to bring some information to us, some spiritual tools. They've been my teachers, for example. But that's not going to work for everyone, right? Because it's one thing to live in a monastery, away from the actual society and world, and live here. So for many people, that they don't feel like they can relate, right? Whereas someone like Russell Brand and his life experience will assist him on being a great teacher, a great example, right? Because I think that the majority of the younger population for a long time now, they look up as role models to the celebrities, to the musicians. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that. But if they're looking up to people like, for example, reality shows like Jersey Shore, that's not the greatest example, right? But if you have people like Russell Brand, that is a great example, right? So this is, I guess, I'll finish off my video now with these specific topics that I have been discussing with you. I will be making more as the days and weeks follow, but I thought that this was a great introduction. And again, I apologize for using this false advertising about Kim. I hope that you see the humor in it, and I look forward to making some new videos, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.